What primary sources tell us about Spartacus? Have you ever wondered about the real story behind Spartacus, the famous gladiator who led a revolt against ancient Rome? The primary sources that tell us about him come from Roman historians who wrote many years after the events took place. The most notable accounts are from Plutarch in his work Life of Crassus and Appian's Civil Wars. These writings form the basis of what we know about Spartacus and his uprising. Spartacus is described as a Thracian, a member of a nomadic tribe. He was captured and enslaved by the Romans, eventually becoming a gladiator in a training school near Capua, owned by Lentulus Batiatus. The conditions in this school were harsh, with most of the gladiators being Gauls and Thracians. Spartacus stood out due to his physical strength, intelligence, and natural leadership skills. In 73 before Common Era, Spartacus and about 78 other gladiators managed to escape. They seized kitchen utensils and weapons from wagons and took refuge on Mount Vesuvius. Here, they elected Spartacus, along with two other slaves named Crixus and Oenomaus, as their leaders. The revolt quickly gained momentum as they defeated Roman forces and attracted other slaves and discontented individuals, causing chaos throughout Italy. Plutarch adds a legendary touch to Spartacus's story. He mentions that when Spartacus was first brought to Rome, a snake coiled around his head while he slept. His wife, who was a prophetess, interpreted this as a sign of his destined greatness, though it would be tragic. Roman historians often portrayed Spartacus and his followers as a threat to the social order. They emphasized the danger the revolt posed to Rome's stability, framing it within concerns about slavery and military control over the Italian countryside. While these primary sources are informative, they reflected a Roman viewpoint. Spartacus is often depicted as a rebellious gladiator rather than a freedom fighter. The accounts focus mainly on the military aspects of the revolt and its eventual suppression by Roman generals, particularly Crassus. Unfortunately, there are no direct writings from Spartacus or his followers. Much of their story is filtered through the lens of Roman historians who were focused on preserving their society. In essence, the primary sources reveal that Spartacus was a Thracian gladiator who led a significant slave revolt in Italy. It began with a small escape from a gladiatorial school and grew into a major military challenge for Rome. These sources highlight his leadership qualities, the diverse backgrounds of his followers, and the Roman response to the uprising, all from the perspective of ancient historians concerned with maintaining their social order.